Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Iritah Shenmira NABA joining us today here from the earthcenter.org. He's helping so many people all over the world. And it's kind of like a Where's Waldo for me right now when I ask where my friend NABA is. Where in the world are you today?
Right now, I'm still in Houston, Texas.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. But
I'm
you are
expecting to hear.
worldwide. And now where are
I
you heading
know.
next?
Next will be in Pennsylvania.
Okay,
I'll be leaving tomorrow for Pennsylvania.
great. Would you mind introducing yourself, new listeners, new viewers today?
Yes, well, my name is Iritah Shenmira NABA, and I'm the executive director of the nonprofit organization called the Earth Center, established around 1995 in Chicago. So the nonprofit was started by my father, my late father, who traveled from Africa to the United States to trying to bridge, the modern with the indigenous, trying to bring organization that will allow people to return home, people
Mm-hmm.
to return to the original ways of doing things, return to the what they call the spiritual, quality of life that every human being is aspiring to. And since his transition 2008, I've been in charge of the organization. And we are right now we exist in Canada, in Toronto and Montreal. In the US, we are in Chicago, in San Diego, in
Wow.
Houston, in Baltimore, in New Jersey, and then the UK, we are in London and Coventry, and obviously in Burkina Faso, where
Wow.
we are from.
Amazing, amazing. All right. So, where do you want to start today? There's so much to you, to your foundation. And, we have some great conversations each and every week. What did you want to start with today, darling?
Well, think I'm just going to talk a little bit about, the organization, what we really, doing, because most of the time when we present the organization, it's almost like overview and kind of general.
Sure.
But just want to go into the mission statement, technically, like what the organization is really for. And also, people most of the time who discovered the Earth Center, have the tendency to think it's only for Black people or it's only open to indigenous people or people who are already, spiritually awoke. Uh, People are already trying to understand something about nature. No, the Earth Center is just an organization that just promotes humankind. We promote humankind because we understand that we all have, red blood, we have spirit, we have two arms, two eyes, one nose, and all of that. So technically, we all have the same aspiration, and those aspirations really what the essence has come to. At the origin of humankind, there wasn't, those kind of ideologies and distinctions and all of that. It's only now that we get to go through all of that. So, and our vision is really trying to provide people with a platform, try to provide people who are committed to the upliftment of humankind, upliftment of humanity, original values and ways of doing things. That's really like what we kind of working towards, and we doing that by we are a nonprofit meaning we just depend on whatever we're able to provide. So we don't really expect any. It's not like a business that's expecting any profit or anything like that. So we really kind of depend on people who have the will to really work, and then somehow we also depend on the people who have the will to kind of donate to assist. They don't have time to really put in the work, but maybe they have a way that they can contribute and making that organization move forward or that kind of mission moves forward. So we depend on donations, we depend on people looking into what we do, and then seeing like something valuable in it and deciding to kind of support it.
Wow. Wow. So if someone does want to make a donation, how do they get involved with you directly?
Yeah, if someone wants to make a donation for, most of our project that we're working on, or for the mission in general, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they can call us at 773-359-4160,
Mm-hmm.
or they can go to the internet and then check the www.theearthcenter.org, and then
Mm-hmm.
they will find all of the information over there.
Got it. Now, also, there's so many parts to this charity. There's all different, right? From the works, the scriptures, the publications. The Did you want to discuss a little bit about the organization itself and the subcategories, in a sense, of what you do and the project of Emerita? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Thank you,
Project of Merita, yes.
Merita. Thank you.
Yes, you good. Yeah, the organization is divided in three different branches. The main branch is really the one that we call the Project of Merita, which
Mm-hmm.
is almost the face that really kind of come to tell about what we want to do, come to really put the emphasis on our vision, what we're trying to do. So through the project in Merita, the project in of Merita is the one that makes the Earth Center different from any other organization of its type, by the fact that we have a way of going home, going
Mm-hmm.
to the original, owners, or owners of the knowledge and dignitaries and royalties and all of that, asking them advice on how to move forward with everything. But at the same time, you can't just go and take from someone without really
Mm-hmm.
contributing. So when we go and then we see how we go back to those indigenous places and villages, and we see how people live, we also think about the future. We think about their
Yes.
future. We think about them also having a way to stand on
Well,
something, you know.
how important, I mean, you growing up as a child, talk about, I mean, what you went through, what you've seen, and then
Yeah,
your father comes along, what an amazing soul that he is, to do all this. I mean, that's where it starts, though. It's with the children, right?
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
start young.
It's with the children,
Yeah.
because I'm almost like a perfect example of probably uh, the children that in 20 years, 25 years, and 50 years, that those children will become what maybe probably I am today. I'm still having a lot of dreams, but I went through a lot of challenges coming from nature, coming from not knowing like what the next breakfast will be, or not knowing what lunch is gonna be, or so and so, or not knowing like, oh, okay, this is a how do you call it, a feast coming, a New Year's coming, and then what shoes you're gonna wear, what clothes you're gonna wear, not knowing any of that, and growing up to realize that, okay, well, you have we have a wealth, and then the wealth that we have is like what we've been preserving for a long time, that at this point of time humanity is in need of. So that's the cultural and the spiritual and the intellectual wealth and wisdom that our ancestors preserved. So having a chance to go to the colonial school, modern
Mm-hmm.
school, really helped me a lot, which is really what Project Merita is doing now. Like we're focusing on
Yeah.
sending many children to school. Like this year only, at the beginning of the school year, we sent about 45 children to school, different ages and all
Wow.
of that. Take care of their, school fees, take care of everything. Like for the whole year, they don't need to worry about anything about their school. So if they need anything, they know that they will come to the organization and all of that. So we're doing that and giving that chance to those children. But at the same time, on this side, on the modern society side, what we're doing is like we also open gates to allow the children who are born in the modern societies to also have an experience with nature, having an experience with indigenous ways of doing things,
Mm-hmm.
and how to approach reality. So we have that also, that we're opening, that we call it Kemetic Youth Center, KYC, which will allow those children to really kind of also have something to learn in the nature. And then the other children having something to learn in the modern society, which bring them to work together one day in 20 years, 25 years, having that kind of hope to see those children coming together to build the world that we want to see.
Beautiful. Well, it's amazing what you do. You're here to inspire so many people. And I hope people are listening today and will reach out to earthcenter.org because you do need donations. And that is super important aspect, which the truth is we don't really focus on that a lot in our conversations, which is so modest of you. But what you're doing for so many people and children around the world, I mean, it's clearly important. And that's how we can keep it all going. And as a young child, I mean, can you tell me about your dad a little more? How many years ago did he establish this? And what an amazing man he is to do all this. And how is he feeling today?
Yeah, well, my dad is he was very normal dad, like every person's dad, and who at some point felt like there's a need. There's a need of injecting certain ideas and certain values in human being ways of becoming. And he traveled around, a lot. He traveled about 123 countries, and then he spoke about 13 languages, and study a lot. Speak English fluently, speak many other languages fluently. And then it was a person who reads a lot. He read a lot. He read a lot of people, a lot of work, and then saw how he also can contribute. Because for us, we come from a culture that's like oral culture, meaning oral tradition. We don't write a lot, but we transfer the knowledge or the wisdom through mouth to ears, and then generation to generation, older generation to younger generation. So there he saw, a good way to kind of, upgrade whatever our forefathers were doing. And then he said, okay, let me start writing. And then after writing, let me create something. And sorry to, see that he's no more here to see us, but I know he's in the spirit watching everything we're doing. And, he'll be supporting us from wherever he is.
Beautiful. So he was witnessed the work that he's done through you, through the foundation. Clearly, he's here with us. And so let me ask you this also. We never focused on this either, but you are known as a healer, right? You're also a priest. Could you explain this and talk to me about the healing process and who you are as a doggone priest and what that means? And what are the type of things that you're helping people with as a healer? This is another aspect of you we don't go into too deeply, but exactly. You don't like talking about yourself, but I want to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you going to heal me through here? Do you have healing hands?
I can do that. I can do that. I can do it face to face. I can do it even if I'm in Africa, UK, in America. I can do that. So to be a priest is almost what in the West is known as a shaman. Mm-hmm. And in my culture, especially my family, my name NABA is a name that's known for, shamanism, like a long line of shamanism since the time of the pharaohs. Since the time of the pharaohs, over 50,000 years, that's what our families have been doing, and passing down from father to son, mother to daughter, and so on and so. So what do? We are the people that play the role in people's life in helping when it comes to love, it comes to finances, it comes to, people's stability, depression, stress, any kind of problem that people, will be experiencing in their life, because we are human and we have the up and downs every now and then. But we do it as Dogon. We call ourselves Dogon. We are called Dogon because we are actually even one of the most studied tribe right now, even in the universities around the world, because of our ability to be able to discover, the star system and then the astronomy, like draw the map of the sky before even the modern society or science gets to really reach that level, like that, centuries ago. So people wonder, like, how did our ancestors do all of that? And then we just tell them, we just priests, we're trying to do our best to really evolve. So we do that, counting on the earth. our foundation, to just put it so simple for people who might be thinking one day they will call me to ask for assistance and help, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, sentimentally, and all of the psychologically. Our whole foundation is on earth. We
And
have the tendency to think that, planet Mars, the moon, the sun, Jupiter, they have effect on our life and then effect on our destiny. But what we forgot is that we live on one planet too. So
got it.
if planets that are like, thousands of miles away from us can affect our life, our destiny, and our well-being, what about the one that we live on, the one that our destiny is linked to, the one that feeds us, the one that takes care of us?
Mm-hmm.
So we go from there by asking the human being to adjust and then harmonize with the one that he's living or she's living on first before reaching the other one. And then from there we even approach healing, like physical healing. We approach healing the same way by not calling for ideologies to come in healing, but using nature. The planet has everything for us. They can take care of us for thousands of years. That's what our ancestors have been doing. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's why they present me as a priest, because I'm coming from a long line of shamanism and priest, and then
That
healer at them as well.
got it. Well, it's exciting to have you here doing what you do. And wow. So I'm with a real healer here and a priest. This is great.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
on a daily basis, I mean, when you go to each and every city of where you have your organization, are you preaching? Are you doing virtual sessions? What's happening at the earthcenter.org, or where else can we see you?
yeah. I mean, I'm every time I travel, I have lectures that I attend to. I have lectures, I have conferences that I attend to, but also I have a program that I teach, and then that program is within what we call the MTAM School of Philosophy and
Yeah.
Spirituality. So that program happens online. It happened online, and if those people wants to really be part of it, when they go on the earthcenter.org,
Yeah.
they will see everything there, and they can register. Anyone is welcome to register. Anyone.
And I found you on Instagram, if that's okay. I'm following you now.
Oh,
Can you
thank
tell
you.
us your page handle? So spell it for us.
It's NABA Iritah Shenmira.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
see you with the cowboy hat just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Kisus J, the son of my father. I may not be saying it right. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that when you were in Texas with the cowboy hat on?
Yeah. I was in Texas. Yeah.
I love it. Oh my goodness. And
Thank
then
you.
before that, you have a day of Tahuti, September 29th, as above, so below, as above, to make the unity.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So I'm reading your page, by the way, as you're speaking. I'm
Thank
not
you.
being rude by looking down, but
No, that's good.
no, this is amazing stuff that you have posted. You have a lot of followers, and you are wait. Oh my goodness, you have the sunrise in the background, this rainbow in the background. Where
Yeah.
you're all over the place. So do you do any lives? Is this your family?
Yeah. I
How
think
many kids do you have?
I have 11 kids now.
Gosh, amazing.
I have 11 kids
Amazing.
now.
For age what to what?
There's 20. 20 is the oldest, who will be coming very soon in America to help me to be traveling with me
Wow.
in the web. And then the youngest is one.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on that. Wow.
Yeah.
What
Thank
else?
you.
And we still have 10 minutes left in the show. What else did you want to share with everyone?
Well, just to make it so well known that we are also a generation,
Mm-hmm.
in the humanity cause, who kind of is having a big dream. We have a big dream,
Mm-hmm.
and the dream is that we happen to be a generation that has left before us some old ways of doing things, and then we have a generation, we are like also in front of us, we have like new ways of doing things, which
Mm-hmm.
is totally in our benefit. In our benefit, meaning we cannot choose one and then forget the other. It's just like the two limbs of the same body. And for this generation to really be able to succeed and then evolve and then make this place be, the best place for any powerful being any, great being to decide, like, they want to come and be here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
divine being, even if God, one day God, Allah or Jehovah or Buddha wants to just be like, okay, let me go on vacation on earth, and then not feeling like scared, like, anything will be, happening, or I'm going to be dealing with little beings, but to come and see like they're dealing with great human beings as well. We have to hold the two ends of, our history, which is what, was
Yeah.
than what it is now. And that's the only way we can really build the future. So in my workshops, in my lectures, that's really what I'm advising people, because I'm doing it and then I see it, working for me, taking care of me, taking care of my villages, taking care of people who always come to me. Everybody seems to be happy and they're satisfied with what we're doing, because now everybody see the benefit of holding, the past, and then whatever it is, the present, in order for us to build the future. So the modern and the tradition, I'm just, some people call me cultural activist. I'm not really a cultural activist. I'm just a cultural peacemaker. Like, I want the two different ideologies or philosophies or view or ways of life to kind of mingle a little bit, and then see what's going to be like the soup that we will have on the table. So
No.
I invite, the youth, and then also the elders who are already ahead of us. We want to benefit from their experience.
Yeah.
We want to benefit from, from the places where they fell. We don't want to fall there. The places where they kind of, well, we're not able to succeed. We don't want to fail there as a new generation. But at the same time, as the youth, the new generation coming, we want that generation also to start thinking about, the world being, a place where everything can play. We can just choose one and then abandon the other, because there's like a link. There's like a very logical, a rational link that's there between ideologies, between, ways of life. So that's really, what I consider to be the Earth Center's job, what
Mm-hmm.
we do actually.
And one thing I pride you in your community and the respect you have for women, and you teach children, men and women at a
Yes.
young age, the respect of a woman, a lady who's birthed you, who's given her life for you, who's nurtured you.
Mhm.
And that's something that I took away from us a few weeks ago when we talked about it. That's
Yes.
so beautiful, because I must say, and I'm from New York, Long Island, and there's people that I grew up with that just don't have respect for people in general, but
Yeah.
then especially moms. And I've seen,
I love my mom.
friends, kids, and people cursing at their mother, saying bad words. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how,
No. No.
how, I understand everybody's not raised the right way, but you know what? There's no excuse. It's never too
Yes.
late to learn, because there's
To
some
learn.
people who unfortunately have been raised in a home or environment where it's not
Yeah.
conducive to where a child should be. And, but as we get older, it's important to have people who can guide them along the way, like you. And now
Yes.
your center's open to anyone,
To anyone, to
any,
anyone, wherever you are, even to the Martian.
yep.
It's a temple is open to the Martian as well. Whether you're from planet Mars or you're from planet Earth, we
You don't
accept it
discriminate. That's
for
wonderful. It's super
installation. Yeah,
inclusive. Yeah.
yeah,
And
for
do you have any
installation.
upcoming events or workshops that you're promoting as well?
Right now, I'm just closing my touring, and I'm expected to go back to Africa in 2 weeks. So I just only have, two more events. One in Houston that I have to do tomorrow, and right
Mm-hmm.
after that one, I will start traveling. I'm stopping in Pennsylvania to see my family, but they live in between Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
stop there to see them, and then before reaching Newark, New Jersey, to do my last event there, which is actually graduation, meaning the student, those who accepted to come and then learn, they finish their process of learning of the first level that we call per Ankh meaning the house of life.
Great.
You have to go through the house of life before you learn how to be in life. So then they finish their house of life level, so they will be receiving their certificate, and they will be taking the vow, the oath to move forward
Yeah.
into their devotion. So we will that will be my last event before I get on the plane to go back home.
Beautiful. And now, is it still a family business? Do some of your children work with you? The older ones?
Yeah, no, it's
Or
my
who's
children. I'm
Mhm.
training them.
Good.
Actually, there's three the three oldest one are also taking the initiation. They're taking the rite of passage right now. And then I have my sister, my younger sister, my younger brother in Chicago. Two younger sisters. One was born in Chicago from a Chicago mother, and then the other sister and the younger brother are from Burkina Faso. So they are all here in Chicago helping. So right now the headquarters in Chicago, and while I'm traveling, they are the one based over there with all of the other initiate, taking care of everything. And as I said, everybody is welcome. It's a family. We don't look at the skin color. We don't look at the height or anything like
Anything,
that
yeah?
to this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then
Wonderful.
to comment on the woman aspect, in my culture, we consider women to be supreme.
Yeah.
That's what we say. A woman is supreme. Your mother is supreme.
Yeah.
It's only when things are good, you belong to your father.
Yeah.
But when things go bad, you always have to run to your mother to find a refuge. So for us, our culture teaches us like woman is the first God, first
Mm-hmm.
divinity in your life, and your mother is your first divinity. You can't really
Mm-hmm.
disrespect that. You can't really disrespect that fact that they are the divinities in our life. So
Right.
I know education is different, but that's why we open these kind of centers to allow people to have the spirituality, the philosophy of everything, what it means to be in life.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for joining us today. The earthcenter.org, best form of contact for you?
Yeah, that would be 773
Mm-hmm.
359 4160.
Perfect.
Yes.
And
The
if you want to
website.
make a donation, please do so. We need
Thank
your
you.
help. We need your support. Thank you again. Safe travels. Good luck seeing your family, and we'll talk next week, I'm sure. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.